All right, guys, we're going to try this one more time. I think we might have improved the audio. You let us know if you can hear us or see us even. What do you think?
Well, hopefully they can hear us or see us and it doesn't sound like we're spitting bubbles anymore.
I think this confirms why we're lawyers and we're not AV guys. What do you think?
Well, certainly not me, but I've been across the hallway for 2 years. I've never done this before. So.
Oh, my goodness. Let me see if I can get back to where the live chat is. I don't see anybody in the live chat. Of course, now it says the stream was finished. Now we have a stream going again. All right, I think we're live again. And yeah, so this is why we do these things, to practice and learn.
Hopefully people start telling us they can hear us if we're underwater or not.
We'll see. We have David from Shenandoah, and Tom says much better audio.
Oh, good.
So great.
Thanks for hanging on.
Guys, we appreciate your patience. We are much better lawyers than streamers, I promise. All right, let's talk about speed assist. Where were we? I don't remember where we were.
Well, we were talking about it's brand new and it's going to have some potential implications for people that like this channel. So here we are talking about it.
Okay, so now, yeah, Andrew Q says this is great. We appreciate that it's great. Okay,
we haven't just started. We don't know if it's great yet. Right? Give it a minute.
They have confidence in our abilities. Okay, so when we learned about speed assist coming on board in Virginia, one of the things that I wanted to learn about is where else it's coming from, essentially, because we are the first state to approve it. What's interesting is Georgia became very quickly the second state to approve it. I thought I had a link for Georgia, but Georgia approved speed assist, and so now there's two states, and I think the DC already had it, so technically not a state, but a jurisdiction. So that's kind of where we are. What's kind of crazy is if you look at the EU, sorry, I'm trying to find some links that I had for you guys. If you look at the EU, this is from 2022. The EU actually is requiring speed assist on all new cars as of 2024. So if you were to buy a car in the EU even last year, speed assist is built in. What do you think about that?
It seems kind of crazy to me. I mean, different strokes for different folks, I guess. But I'd want to be able to drive how I wanted to unless somebody told me I couldn't.
I'm kind of the same way. I don't know how that's going to go over in America. If people want to try to tell us how fast we can go and that your car is going to force you to limit your speed. Because as we know from our practice, people like to drive all kinds of speeds.
And how often we hear, I was getting around a truck on 95 and now you can't because your car doesn't go that fast. Who knows?
Well, and that's a concern, I think, with speed assist is that, you know, if it's forcibly governing your vehicle to the speed limit that it thinks, and what if there is some kind of emergency where you need to gun it for some reason? You know, is there some kind of...
They're going to have to rename it because it doesn't sound like much of an assist in that environment.
That
seems kind of dangerous.
That's very right. So we have a good question. Let's see if I can get this on the screen. And it's not coming up on the screen. Wasn't that lame? Guys, we're just having all sorts of issues today with my technology. Well, we had a question from Sarah. She says, so speeding would be impossible, right? So the EU version of speed assist that's required right now, speeding actually is possible because you can turn off the speed assist. So if you think about it like, look at that. The light just died. This is the kind of afternoon we're having with this live stream. Give me 1 second.
That's awesome.
I might have another battery right over here.
That's awesome. Well, it works fine for me. If they can't see me as well, it's probably better for all of us.
Fitz always says he has a better face for radio.
That's right. That's right.
We're going to fix the light problem real quick, guys. I think it's been decided that this stream is going to be deleted when it's done, and we're not going to keep it for posterity on YouTube's. Now we have light again.
But it is already a heck of a blooper reel. If there's a place for this, maybe just not, maybe not in the best of series, but...
Oh my goodness. Okay, so where were we? I think the way the EU speed assist is, if you think about it like some of the safety features that we have on our cars already, like, you know, cars have like the blind spot alerts on most cars. I think that actually may be mandated on new cars in the US currently. And so, but you can turn that off. You can turn off the blind spot alert. And so probably speed assist in the EU, I guess, is a similar concept where it'll alert you if you're going too fast, but you can disable it so you can go however fast you want and not care about it. But in Virginia, the speed assist that's going to be on defendants' cars essentially after they're convicted, you can't disable it. And in fact, to disable it would be a separate misdemeanor to even attempt to disable it. So that's going to be kind of crazy.
Yeah, you'd have to come in and talk about why, and maybe you had an emergency and whatever, but how are you going to negotiate around the truck when you're busy disabling speed assist? I'm not sure how that's going to work.
It's a good point. Or Sarah mentioned something about trying to avoid a shooter, right? There's some kind of actual emergency. You're trying to get away from someone. You certainly wouldn't be able to if you have speed assist in your car. So anyway, it's kind of crazy. Let's see, where else are we? One interesting thing that I found with the EU stuff is when you look at the EU, this is from 2020. No, sorry, that's NHTSA. I don't know. There was some page I found from the EU. I was here on the Auto Week thing. And they talked about how they need to make more awareness for speed assist. That basically it's going to save lives, it's going to make everybody's life better, but we need to make more public awareness about it. And what struck me about the Virginia statute is that we're creating awareness, right? Because there's been quite a few news articles about it. And so even having it required in certain limited circumstances creates awareness for the public.
If the court starts putting it in people's car, they're going to become aware of it really fast.
It's very true.
So
it's very true.
That's going to happen.
Let's see. So if somebody says, keep the video despite the technical difficulties, we appreciate that you don't mind our technical difficulties. And then what else? Sarah says, I see new laws are about to be made and create precedent. Indeed. I think that's going to be true. And then Andrew's trying to convince people to press the like button. We do appreciate that. That is
absolutely helpful. We like it, so we're glad you like it too.
The final thing on speed assist that I think is really interesting is that, and where I think we're going, sadly, if you look at this NHTSA study, or this NHTSA article, the light just died again, guys. Can you believe it? That's fresh batteries. I think maybe my light's going. We're going to just continue in the dark.
It's an ambiance thing.
It is. It is. All right. What's interesting is this NHTSA study shows... I'm trying to pull up this NHTSA page. Basically, there's been studies since like 2004. So like this one was in 2004. So they've been studying this for a while. I didn't even realize that, frankly, until I started researching this. But essentially, once speed assist comes out of somebody's car, people speed again. And so the argument I think they're going to make is that they have to have speed assist permanently in cars to actually have it be effective. I think that's kind of where we're going.
If you wanted to make it so that no one could choose to ever speed again, that's what you'd have to do, I suppose. But that's the slippery slope that we're talking about, right?
Yeah, I think that's kind of where we're heading, is that nobody will be able to physically speed in an ideal world because your car won't be able to.
Right. Well, problem is, as long as you got people driving cars, stuff happens, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The other thing is that what concerns me is how the cars are even going to know the speed limit. Most cars don't have fancy cameras that are reading all the speed limit signs. Most cars are going to have to rely on the GPS data, which is routinely wrong.
Right, and sometimes, like, even if you have a car that reads the speed limit signs, you're going through a school zone or something like that where the lights are flashing, which makes it 25. Sometimes it won't pick it up.
Interesting.
And so, then you kind of going to have a problem if you can't change what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. If you have speed assist and you can't speed, like if you have the kind where you can't speed, and it doesn't pick up the school zone sign, like you're going to tune out speed limits, right? If your car is always reading the speed, or supposed to read the speed limits, or supposed to know the speed limit, and not let you speed.
Well, and then what? Sorry, I was speeding, but I was relying on the speed assist.
I was relying on the device that the government made me put in my car to keep me from speeding, Judge. That actually might be a good defense.
Well, I can hear it now because I just said it.
We're practicing our defenses for when this happens, guys. And it will. Guys, that's the stuff we want to talk about. Speed assist is coming to a state near you. I think it's the writing's on the wall that our cars are going to have speed assist technology. That's what's going to happen. I think they're going to have speed assist, then they're going to have interlocks probably at some point if MAD gets their way. That's just going to be, you're going to put on your seatbelt, you're going to give your breath sample, and then you're going to be able to go the speed limit down the road. That's kind of the future, I think.
I think that's probably true. And it's one of these things where it sounds good and it smells great, but it might not taste so good when they finally put it into practice. So it'd be interesting to see how it plays out in practice.
And maybe if it doesn't work well, maybe we're able to roll back some of this and maybe make it a little more palatable. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Does anybody have any quick questions before we log off of this technically impaired live stream? Although the lighting did kind of settle. It's kind of mood lighting now.
Yeah.
I feel like we just need some good cups of coffee and it'll be like a morning show.
Just brought the house lights down, that's all.
Let's see. So Tom says, on my Honda, the school zone speed limit sign is picked up when not flashing. That is why the driver needs to override the computer. See, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're driving along in a road that's like a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit and the car thinks, oh, school zone, and slams the brakes on at 25, I mean, you're going to create a hazard.
Yeah, good luck not getting rear-ended. And
Yeah.
that doesn't feel so good when it slams like that.
So we don't do personal injury, but who can you sue if you get rear-ended from your speed assist reading the speed limit sign wrong?
How much time we have.
Guys, I think that's about all we have. We appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully next time we do one of these, we'll have better lighting and we'll have the sound working from the start. I tried to test the sound ahead of time, but today I didn't because we were working on where we're going to sit and how we're going to both be on the camera.
You might have noticed there's a little bit of a height difference, so that kind of takes some doing.
See, I could sit like this maybe.
I can't get any taller. That's about it.
Guys, thanks for stopping by. We do hope you subscribe to the channel, and if you need anything in Virginia, give us a call. We hope you all have a good week.